There we go. All right. Welcome, everyone. And thank you for joining our sanctuary community in celebration today. Next slide here. Sanctuary Church is a 508c1a faith-based organization. For all of y'all who don't know that yet, our faith in sacred mushrooms stems from prehistoric use by our ancestors and personal experiences of our modern members. Psilocybin mushrooms are one of the greatest sacraments that nature offers, raising our awareness so that we can access a direct connection to the source of life. It is our sincere belief that the consumption of psilocybin-containing mushrooms is a communion which brings us closer to what is commonly called God. We understand this concept as pure consciousness, which permeates all being. This pure consciousness is, we believe, the ineffable source of creation and the origin of health and well-being. Our vision and mission at Psanctuary is to live in a world with supportive and joyful communities, empowered to discover our own divinity with sacred mushrooms and each other. We are bringing people together for healing and connection to divine revelation through communion with sacred mushrooms. We ask you to mute your mics if you're not muted already. The 30-minute service portion of our gathering is being recorded and will be posted on YouTube, on our Sanctuary Church YouTube channel for community viewing. We'll begin with a short guided meditation, followed by 2 readings to facilitate our journal prompt and the discussion following service. Prior to the 90-minute discussion, we'll invite one of our community leaders, it's going to be me today, to share some sanctuary announcements, updates, and FAQs. We invite you now to find a comfortable space where you can settle in and be present as we begin our service. I now invite Kevin to lead us in a short meditation.
Morning. It's gonna be a short little breathing meditation. Everybody sit up straight, kind of relax, and just try to follow me. I'm gonna try to just breathe it through because it's hard to talk and breathe at the same time. So if we can, just sit up straight and just follow my hands. I'm gonna go up and then down, go up and then down. You'll just follow the prompt the best you can. If you need to focus on something, focus on it. Makes it easier. All right, everybody sit up. Let's take a deep breath in. Keep breathing. We did it. Slow it down. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. One more deep breath in and hold. Hold. High. Really hold it and hold it, hold it. Expand your stomach, lift down and let it out. Hold. Really hold, close your eyes. Sit here with me for a minute. Understand discomfort and pain is part of the life process. We don't need to run from it. We can sit with it, just like sit the love and the compassion we have for each other. When we have that pain and discomfort, just sit with it for a minute. It always settles, it always passes. There's no reason to run from it. There's no reason to numb from it. You're okay. Exhale in 3, 2, 1, let go. Life is okay. It is uncomfortable. It is painful. Remember that. You're okay in this moment. Create a little pain and discomfort, you're fine. Just like when life creates a little pain and discomfort, you will be fine. I love you.
Thank you, Kevin. That was awesome.
Always wait till I get there. Y'all ain't seen nothing yet.
Just a little warm up. Before we move into our readings, and while we're still in this mindful and centered space, I invite us all to place our hands on our heart as we take a few moments to send loving intention to our sacrament and to all who cultivate and consume these sacred mushrooms. Without these gifts, our Creator, and the communion of our members, this community would not exist. The healing brought on by our sacrament is not limited to the times when we consume the mushroom, but extends into all aspects of our lives and spreads like the mycelium around our world. It is through intention and attention that we call forth the healing power of the mushroom and the community that we have formed around it. Let us use our ever-expanding awareness to bring greater peace and healing to our world. Let us radiate gratitude from our hearts to our Creator, to our community, and to those who cultivate our sacrament. For these gifts impart healing to those who commune with love and sincerity. In cultivating and consuming the sacrament, we become aware of the oneness of life, the knowing that we live in all things and that all things live in us. Let us apply this understanding to all of our relationships and aid us in our journey as members of the human family. Thank you, everyone. I now invite Connor to read our first reading today.
This is Awakening the Luminous Mind by Tenzin Rinpoche, finding inner refuge through the stillness of the body. How do you find inner refuge through the door of the body? How can you find that place of stillness when you feel agitated or disturbed? First, don't move your body. Allow you pain to breathe. Second, don't feed your body negative attention and worry. It is important to draw the right kind of attention to the body. Become still and focus your attention upon stillness. That is your door. Go deeper towards stillness. It is possible that in 10 minutes you will arrive at a deep space in yourself. When you come to a place of stillness, there is a natural sense of expansion or spaciousness. This sense of being is indestructible. You don't take refuge in something that can be destroyed. Even if you only glimpse it, this is enough to begin to trust. Trusting the place of inner refuge is very important. Once you arrive there, you feel a complete sense of protection. In this way, the body is one door to inner refuge. The body gives access to deep stillness, which allows you to experience inner wisdom. When we are conscious through and within our body, we find that inner body. You might call this the sacred body. This is awakening the sacred body. You have an experience of being that goes beyond what you feel with the ordinary body and its changeable conditions. You have a sense of being that is beyond ignorance and dualistic fears of the ego. You can go beyond all of that by connecting to this deep place in a very simple way, by connecting to stillness. It is not complicated, and once you experience it, it is one of the most exciting things you can do. When you face an incredible challenge or experience pain, in a second, you can shift into a place of total peace. This is valuable and, in fact, necessary. This is who we find protection by taking refuge through the stillness of the body.
Thank you, Connor. Please take out your journals and pens or just something you can write on for 5 minutes of reflection, utilizing the following prompts. Have you ever had an encounter with what Tenzin calls the sacred body? If so, describe that. If not, what role, if any, does stillness play in your life? After journaling, we'll have the opportunity to further explore what we journal during our discussion following service. So I will set my Zoom timer for 5 minutes now. Just about 1 minute remaining, everyone. All right, please wrap up your thoughts as we move into the next portion of our service together. The paradoxical nature of life and its mysteries are best experienced through the ineffable space we find in our communion with the mushroom. For more than 2,000 years, the Tao Te Ching has provided guidance and instruction for exploring the paradox of existence. It is for this reason that we employ the Tao Te Ching as our primary sacred text and invite all to study it further as you delve deeper into the mystery of life. I invite our volunteer, Margot, to read today's Tao Te Ching chapter aloud.
Good morning. Thank you so much for today's reading. The translation by John C.H. Wu, chapter 62. The Tao is the hidden reservoir of all things, a treasure to the honest. It is a safeguard to the erring. A good word will find its own market. A good deed may be used as a gift to another. That a man is straying from the right path is no reason that he should be a castaway. Hence, at this enthronement of the emperor, or at the installation of the 3 ministers, let others offer their discs of jade, following it up with teams of horses. It is better for you to offer the Tao without moving your feet. Why did the ancients prize the Tao? It is not because by virtue of it he who seeks finds, and the guilty are forgiven. That is why it is such a treasure to the world.
Thank you, Margot. I invite Amy to share announcements about what we have coming up.
Good morning, everybody. We have virtual workshops and circles now open to non-members for a suggested $5 donation and free to official members. This week's virtual offerings include Monday at 7:30 Eastern, Compassionate Conflict Resolution. Tuesday at 6:30 Eastern, Internal Family Systems. Saturday at 10:30 Eastern, Sanctuary Book Club. And this Wednesday, Jeff Love will be leading our in-person Veterans and First Responders Circle at Clifton Universalist Unitarian in Louisville, Kentucky. This circle will create a space for veterans and first responders to come together and discuss their personal experiences with using psilocybin to heal physical, emotional, or mental trauma caused by their service. It's also open to anyone with family or a spouse, currently, even an current or ex, military or first responder exposure that has brought trauma into your life. This circle is donation-based and open to all members of our community. Membership is not required. Please visit our events calendar on the website to register. And that's all for this week.
Thank you, Amy.
Welcome.
If you are not yet a member and are interested in joining our community of almost 400 plus members, you may begin the now three-step process, which I'm going to talk about here shortly, by visiting psanctuary.org. Like the mycelial network we seek to emulate, Psanctuary relies on the support and resources of our community while giving back health and wholeness to the same. We seek to create a nationwide and eventually global community that contributes to the healing of humanity. Your support is incredibly valuable as we grow and as we continue to be established. Becoming a member gives you access to our private official member chat server, minister ordination programs, our network of sacrament cultivators, sacrament services facilitated by our ministers, and lots more community offerings. I now invite Stephen to share our new members this week.
Thank you, Courtney. Good morning, everyone. We have 8 new members representing 6 states this week. Zachariah from Illinois, Gerard from Kentucky, Dan from South Carolina, Allegra from Maine, Jeffrey from Indiana, John from Kentucky, Sarah from Indiana, and Chase from Arkansas. Welcome, everyone.
Welcome. Thank you, Stephen. All right, so our updates this week. As I just mentioned, many of you know and have been through our 5-step membership process, which included a discovery call, a group discovery call with one of our community leaders. We have decided to, instead of host and require that 5th step for a variety of reasons, to now consolidate the membership process into 3 steps, being the monthly donation, the application, and signing our code of ethics and liability waiver. And one of the main reasons we've done this is because we want to open up more time for all of our members, so new members and existing members, and we want to facilitate a process in all of us getting to know each other. So that is why we are starting next week on February 5th, our new director's office hours. So every single week, one or multiple of our directors and Athena, our membership coordinator, will sometimes be on these calls as well. We'll be hosting office hours, which I'm going to show you how to, as a member, find those directors' office hours here in a second, if I can figure out how to switch my screen share. Let's see, can I do it? Yeah, here we go. All right. So I'm just going to go into our member portal. If you don't know how to find it, you can go to psanctuary.org, and the menu all the way at the bottom, member login. Use the email address and password you use to create the application with Psanctuary. If you don't yet know, and there's plenty of people who don't know, so no shame at all. Lots of stuff can be found in your member benefits section. So if you've never been in there, I encourage you to check it out. We're going to go in there now. And we're going to go to community meetings and updates. So here, under the community meetings and updates section, Amy shared this last week, that we're now listing our quarterly financial reporting, which is really exciting and feels like a big milestone for us. If you missed that last week, I would check out the recording on YouTube of that service. Lots of great information that Amy shared last week. But in this first post here, you'll find our director's weekly office hours and the different times that we offer them. So you can register via the Zoom links provided here. So every other Monday, we'll be offering office hours from 3:30 to 4:30 Eastern. And then on the alternate Mondays, we'll be offering office hours from 7 to 8 Eastern. So just trying to offer different times for different folks, depending on where you live in the country and whatever you might have going on. And you can also submit any questions that you'd like to chat about during the office hours. So you can do that in advance. Right here, there's a link. If you've ever been curious about anything sanctuary and want to learn more, whether it's minister programs, we're still doing a lot of education around our minister programs and why we have them, what's the point of them. And there's lots to that. We get lots of questions on those. If you have questions about legal protection as a part of being a member with Sanctuary, or operations, whatever it is, we want to open up this time every week for not just our new members, but our existing members as well. And just offer this opportunity for us to get to know each other a little bit as well. So we do hope to see you there. I think, I'm not sure if the one on February 5th is this time, but check out the Zoom links, and you'll also find the office hours on our events calendar, which if you haven't been to that, please do check that out. We have so much going on every single week. You can find the events calendar in your member benefits section as well as via psanctuary.org. But I'll go ahead and show you here real quick. This is accessible to all of our communities, so you don't have to be a member to access our events calendar. So via psanctuary.org, you can also find it, but you can find the first office hours listed here, February 5th, from 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. and every other time. So our greatest hope is that this just provides another forum for us to facilitate our community projects as well, because we're going to be asking for feedback from you all as well on what you want to see more of, and maybe brainstorm a lot more on these calls too, so we can rally our community resources and just help each other out more. So that's the update for this week. Thanks, you all. I'm going to go back to the slide.
Thank you, Courtney.
Yeah, and if y'all have any questions about that, well, I guess you can ask now. Anybody have any questions about the office hours? Okay, if you had questions, you could ask them during the office hours too. I'm just being silly. Okay, so all right, we've come together with intentions of service to the land and all of its inhabitants. It's in our hearts to go forth into the world with the collective consciousness. We encourage you to stay for continued fellowship and conversation around our readings today. For those unable to stay, we thank you for being with us and wish you a great week ahead. And as we further our conversation, please remember that all perspectives are welcome as we search for the spiritual truth that unites us all. Please remember that we are not a medical or therapeutic organization. Statements made by the moderator or members of Sanctuary are their own. We are here discovering and exploring along with you. So with that, I will end the recording.